Hello, Facebook fans and YouTube fans of DX Engineering. It's Tuesday afternoon here in the Eastern time zone of the USA. It's time for Tuesdays with Tim and Jeff. Today is a special Tuesday because we have folks from Hamvention with us, and we will have a Hamvention 2021 update. So we're very pleased and proud to have our two guests. Our first guest is Michael Kalter, W8CI. Michael is the Chief Financial Officer of the Dayton Amateur Radio Association, and also Rick Allnutt, WS8G, and Rick is the General Chairman for Hamvention 2021. Welcome to both of you. And
thank you. Michael,
why don't you kick this off?
All right. First off, Tim, thank you. And thanks to DX Engineering, and thanks to Katie, who is basically the producer behind this, doing such a fantastic job. We really appreciate the chance to work with you, Tim, and on this on your Tuesday afternoon event. Anyway, I'd like to introduce our brand new general chairman. Well, new as of July 1st this year. And I'm going to let him talk about himself, but I want to give just a quick overview so you know who this guy is. Rick is a medical doctor, and he is recently retired from the United States Air Force. He was a colonel, and he was a flight surgeon, and then he also taught at the a residency there at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. He's also been a family practice medical doctor before he went into the service. Also, he has a master's degree in electrical engineering, and he has a master's degree in public health. So, you know, he's pretty deep into following the COVID crisis and things like that. And he'll touch on that a little bit. But we're really happy to have Rick. He was the assistant general chairman the last 2 years, and he's worked with me on the awards committee for maybe 10 years. But this is not about me. This is going to be about Rick and introducing Rick. He has more than likely a 2-year term as the general chairman. We didn't kick Jack out or anything. We only allow a person to be a general chairman for 2 years. And Rick gets the same amount of money I get, and everybody gets zero. We're all volunteers. All right. With that, here's Rick.
Well, I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to everybody that is tuned in here live. I've been up to DX Engineering and participated in a program sitting up there in Tim's shop. It's a little different to do it by this video mechanism, but glad to do so. I really am excited about Hamvention 2021. We are very optimistic about this show. I have a background, like Michael was talking about, in public health, and I've been following what's going on with the treatment of the COVID virus, and especially the vaccine progress. And I really do believe that we're going to end up with vaccines that especially those of us that tend to go to Hamvention, those of us that are a little bit older, like I am, and everybody on the screen is, that we're going to be able to be immunized and be able to attend large-scale events. I think what's going to end up happening is that with the introduction of the vaccines and people being able to take that, we're going to be able to start gathering again. The first thing that we're going to be able to do is to have better ways to gather with our own families. Right now, we've, in our family, canceled our Thanksgiving plans of having the children and all of their children over to the house. But I think that the vaccine will allow us to get back together in gatherings. Not only that, but sometime not too long after that, radio clubs will be able to gather back together. I'm really looking forward to the 150 or 200 people that get together for the Dayton Amateur Radio Club to again meet each other face to face in meetings again. And I really do believe that by the time Hamvention time in mid-May comes around for this coming spring, that the authorities and everybody that is rational in thinking about the pandemic are going to be comfortable in saying, yeah, sure, it's fine to have 20 or 30,000 people to get together at the Xenia Greene County Fairgrounds and Expo Center. That I believe is going to happen, and we're going to be able to enjoy that. I was asked what my background is in amateur radio. I really do like operating. If you take a look at my Facebook, my QRZ page, if you have access to that, you'll see that I've been pretty active in logging contacts and having people look me up. I really enjoyed CW, and recently graduated from the CW Academy, and I'm now an official member of CW Opt. I really do like copying CW in my head. I also like the digital modes, especially PSK, where I've done a lot of contesting. Those things really came about because I was mostly interested in antennas. Most of my electrical engineering degree, my master's, was involving using some near vertical incidence skywave antennas, and also producing a patent on a satellite antenna. All fun sorts of things to do. I also professionally have been involved in aerospace medicine my entire career. About 35 years of being, wherever I was assigned by the Air Force, the public health expert. So when this epidemic came up, I started being asked a lot of questions by a lot of people about what was going on. And instead of just listening to what the people on the news were saying about COVID, I began looking at what the actual research was showing and what people's progress was in medical treatment and in prevention, and have been involved in talking to a lot of people about that.
So Rick,
go ahead.
Rick, let's talk about Hamvention for a minute. Talk about the Hamvention committee chairs, their meetings. Talk about what's going on now. And then, if you would, also talk about the theme for 2021 and tell us about the logo.
Be happy to do that. Hamvention is a different kind of event that is a little unusual, the way that different things are put together by different people. Instead of having people that are paid to be able to put an event like this together, but the entire thing is run by a group of volunteers. Last year it was about 700 volunteers, and we organized all of those volunteers through a group of committees, and the committee chairs of those committees. And some of them deal with putting signs up. Some people organize the golf carts. Some people deal with the inside exhibits or the flea market. Some people are involved in communications. All of these committees, and there are about 30 of them, have chairs, and we work as a group of chairmen all year long. And all these people are working, of course, just as volunteers. I have a tendency at the meetings when I start to get maybe a little bit demanding of people and start to treat them like they maybe worked for me. I just take a step back and I say, okay, my name is Rick, and I am a volunteer. And that really helps to settle the mood and get me back onto the track of realizing that people are very devoted to what we're doing. They're very enthusiastic about what we're doing, but sometimes they have other things in their lives that they need to be doing. Let me talk a little bit about what the theme of this coming Hamvention is going to be. You see up in the upper right corner of your screen the Dayton Hamvention, The Gathering. That is our logo for the year for this Hamvention. You see that it has a pictorial of the world with a red dot sitting right there, with the end of the pointer showing right where Dayton, Ohio, or Xenia, Ohio is, because that's going to be the center of what's going on for this Hamvention in 2021. You see the swooping arrow with the airplane. That's because we really are optimistic, very optimistic, that people from other countries are also going to be able to come to the Hamvention this year and be able to experience this with us. But most importantly, it's the gathering, because we have spent the last 6 months being entirely bound to our houses in very small groups. We haven't been able to get together, and I really believe that by the time that May rolls around, that we're going to be allowed to, and we're going to be able to enjoy gathering together to tell all the stories, to look each other in the face, and to tell some wild stories of what we've been able to accomplish over the last 2 years since we last had a Hamvention. We had to cancel last year because the COVID virus was making its first inroads, and it will be really nice to get together like gatherings of old, to be able to really see each other, talk to each other, enjoy each other's company, and be excited about amateur radio.
Thank you very much, Rick. That is a very concise, complete description of what is going on. We're on today with two of the volunteers of the Dayton Amateur Radio Association, Michael Kalter, W8CI, and Dr. Rick Allnutt, WS8G. We're talking about Hamvention today. And I want to shift to, there are so many things that go on at Hamvention, the flea market, the indoor vendors, etc. But another one of the real fascinating points about Hamvention is the awards. And so, Michael, Rick, tell us about the awards for 2021.
Okay, I'll take that one, as I'm a co-chair for that and have been for many years. I would like to take the opportunity to remind everyone that there are 4 awards that Hamvention gives every year, and that is Amateur of the Year, Special Achievement Award, Technical Achievement Award, and one that I really like is the Club of the Year. And you can get to our website, www.hamvention.org, and just go to awards, and you'll see the applications there and the requirements. And I will tell you a couple things just quickly. What do we look for? We look for innovations and activities that really excite the broader population of amateur radio. If you are a Club of the Year, are you a well-rounded club? And don't think that you wouldn't qualify. Get in there, give it a try. And that's the same if you know somebody who could be Amateur of the Year, who's done some great things, and maybe we don't know about them. Please do that, or special achievements, technical achievements. Let us know. And that time will be over in early February. And so please consider that, get it in there. And we're going to have a bigger banquet this year with that, because we will be celebrating the winners from last year with the winners from this year. So it'll be a really grand celebration. Back to you, Tim.
That's great, Michael. And more information at hamvention.org. Rick, any other thoughts? We have Dino in the chat room, and he says, any thoughts about requirements for attendance, vaccination, masks, etc.? Can you just give us a few more minutes on that topic and COVID as it relates to Hamvention 2021?
Sure. We are keeping very close watch on what government entities are saying about gatherings. We don't know at this point what the United States or other countries are going to have to say about what one needs to do to be able to do this. Now, over time, we're going to have more and more that comes out and becomes known. At this point, I really believe that that just about all of us that want to have vaccinations will be able to get them by that point. I believe that the governments will change policies and will make it so that larger groups can get together. We're very optimistic that those things are going to happen, and we're going to be able to really go ahead and put this Hamvention on in such a way that it will be memorable to all of us. I told our club in an article I wrote recently that if you just can imagine going into a big stadium where your favorite football team or baseball team is getting ready to have a game, and you just hear that group of people all around you, and you hear the announcers, and you smell the food coming from the food vendors, and all of that gets one excited about something like that. Well, a lot of people have that same set of feelings when they walk into Hamvention through the front door on Friday morning. And that kind of excitement is what I believe is going to exist again, and that it's going to be even more poignant and even more important to us because of the fact that this is going to be the first time we've been able to get together since the whole world has gone through its response to the pandemic.
You know, I know this wasn't done on purpose, Rick, but it is very comforting to know that the general chairman of Hamvention 2021 is a public health doctor, and that is it's incredible. Thanks very much for your service to our country, and thanks very much for your service as a doctor as well. And we're very hopeful, as all of you are, that everything will go fine in May. And Michael, I wondered if you wanted to say a few words to everybody who is watching here about our friends down in Florida.
Yeah, I also wanted to add one other thing too, is that the on the awards announcement will be right here on with Tim Duffy, as we've done for many years. So we'll be looking for that in February, and we'll give plenty of notice on that. Just wanted to let you know that's an exciting time. I do want to mention that I have been in touch with my friends that run Hamcation, and you know, as some people think we might be, you know, Hamcation, Huntsville, Friedrichshafen, Japan, that we all might be, you know, competitors. Maybe we are to some extent, but we need to see each other all succeed. So I was talking to the folks down there the other night, Saturday night, down in Orlando, and they're going to have a QSO party coming up, and I wanted to remind everybody of that if you don't know, and they're going to have some sort of a virtual Hamcation, if you will, and those details will be on their website at I think they're at hamcation.org. So we want to support them and their success, and we understand their heartbreak, and we understand the heartbreak in Huntsville and Germany and Japan. So we're all looking forward to getting this thing rocking and rolling again. So I just wanted to mention that. And once again, thank you, Tim, so much for having us on here. And we hope that you and your organization's doing well. And we're real happy to have Rick and his new assistant, Jim Storms, W8CI. So, Tim, thank you.
You're welcome, Michael. And, you know, as a life member of DARA, I couldn't be prouder for the job that you guys did last year with having to cancel, and your leadership for this year. And Rick, you've been without power now for several days, and you even took delivery of a new IC7610 that's on the table there. It's never been on commercial power yet, but it is on your generator power. So hats off to you. And I know thousands of people are still without power from the windstorm. And I wanted also our hearts go out to Angel WP3R and all the people associated with their Arecibo. They're working on just a tragic emergency situation down there. And but Angel was in the chat room, as was the American Radio Relay League. Rick in the chat room, thanking you for your service to our country. And Joe Eisenberg, K0NEB in there, and WD8NVN, and Mark Brown, also N4BCD, the chairman down at Huntsville, is in. And so there is a question. And if you have any questions for Rick or Michael, please put them in the chat room. There was a question, and I'll give this to you, Rick. Are you anticipating more RVs this year and preparing for additional space for those RVs?
Well, there's not a lot to say about that. The number of RV spaces on site is limited. They belong to the expo center and not to us. There are a number of places in the near area that have camping, Caesars Creek, Lake, and several other state parks that are close by. I would guess that by that point, that the question maybe has to do with not being in hotels or trying to stay away from other people. And I think that we're really going to be past that by then. I think we're going to be able to be healthy while we are around other people, and people won't have to be in the RV to stay away from other people. Hey, by the way, I have some good news about Hamvention that I didn't go into before, and it occurred to me, and that is the earliest ever. We now have the tickets are for sale out on our Hamvention website. Absolutely, the earliest that's ever been true. Everybody that went ahead and said that they wanted to just get new tickets this year from what they bought last year, those are being mailed as we speak. But people that want to buy tickets at this point, that computer program is now open as of yesterday, I believe. So kudos especially to my Assistant General Chair, Jim Storms, on making sure that all happened.
Well, that's great news, Rick. We're on today with two of the organizers and volunteers of the Dayton Hamvention. And from John Hoffman, he says, the leadership of the Dayton Hamvention being able to get 700 volunteers to successfully work together every year is quite an amazing feat. And this comes from John K3STL, also known as the Tall Guy, and he's out of Pittsburgh. Guys, we have 9 Whiskey 2 Kilo Queen Delta from West Malaysia. It is about 3 o'clock in the morning tomorrow over there in West Malaysia. He's on watching us live, and so Brian asked. He says, "Are there any planned changes to accommodate what will surely be a larger number of attendees this year, following all the Hamfest cancellations in 2020? Are you expecting a bigger crowd, and how are you going to handle them, Rick?"
Well, like everything happens at Hamvention, we work through each detail as it comes about. We have an enormous amount of parking that's available to people. We have lots of room for people to mill around and to go to hundreds of vendors and flea market sites, and lots of activities going the entire weekend, off campus and on campus. I think there's lots of room for us all to be wonderfully close to one another, hopefully not to have to be 6 feet apart from each other, and to really be able to enjoy the camaraderie of this gathering. And
so we also heard from Jerry Rosalius, WB9Z, Jerry and Val out there, who congratulates both of you for your leadership, and also Don, KD8PAX from Michigan, he says, I sure hope we can have Hamvention in 2021. And we have on today with us two of the over 700 volunteers that make that happen every year. So I think that's all the questions we have. Rick, Michael, you want to final words and wrap it up?
Yeah, let me just say a couple things if I would. Our club, I just want to reach out to our club members. We lost a really active member and a really positive force. He's been on the board before. He's genuinely a great guy, and that's Jim Schottinger, Whiskey 8 Papa Lima Zulu. And so our condolences to him, or to his family and friends, and we're his friends too, but he was close to a lot of the membership here. So I just want to take an opportunity for that. Quickly, hello to everybody that's viewing out there, Jerry and Val and Angel, and hope to catch you guys on the 40 one of these nights real soon. But thank you again, Tim, and thank you, Katie. We certainly appreciate it. And man, we're looking forward. We are very optimistic. We're going to have a wonderful gathering in May. So with that, go ahead and tie some ribbons on it, Rick, and then pass it to Tim.
Best 73 to everybody. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be a gathering. We're going to be hugging each other, and we're going to be crying because, we haven't been able to get together, and we've missed each other. And this is going to be the gathering.
It certainly will. And William says, and don't forget about Contest University. Terry and I are working hard on that, and we will have a good event the Thursday before. And as we do every year that we have Contest University in the Dayton area, Michael Kalter, W8CI, will be the guy that starts it all off early in the morning on Thursday. So let's see. Somebody's asking, can we recap? Well, John, you'll have to watch the YouTube video. This whole segment will be posted on YouTube very shortly. And let's see, Rob from the UK says, hey guys, greetings from the UK. Cannot wait to have the opportunity to get over to meet all of you guys in 2021. And it's signed Best 73 from Mike 0 Kilo Papa Delta Stroke Mobile, heading home from work on the M23 headed north, and he is mobile. That guy's got an incredible signal, and really glad to have you on with us here today. But so we've come to the end of another Tuesday. We'll be on Thursday. We've got MFJ on Thursday for the Manufacturer Showcase, and that'll be at 2:30 local Eastern time on Thursday. Until then, 73 from DX Engineering.